This is Leandro. I'm here to present the results of Focus Point Code in the Globus simulation for our class, Management 490. Beginning with our strategy, going into the simulation, we chose to use integrated cost leadership. This meant we wanted to have a affordable camera, but still maintain the quality of an upper level camera, or a higher class camera, if you will. However, this did not work out for us. We weren't able to control our costs and create demand for a product, so we switched to cost leadership. With this, we decided to switch cost leadership because it would save us on product costs, labor costs, and it would increase demand for our product. At least that's how we forecasted it to go. We decreased the cost of our cameras for entry level by 20% and 13% by multi-featured. We were able to maintain our revenues high and our credit rating and our image rating high throughout the course of the simulation. However, the more important aspects, ROI and EPS, suffered on our part because our costs were so high that our EPS was lowered. This, I believe, was the main analysis points that we needed to touch on that we didn't, which were costs, which has a big effect on net income, and as a result, on EPS. Because if a company cannot maintain its costs lower, its net income would decrease, and its EPS would decrease as a result. Furthermore, going into into the markets and how we approached it, looking at competitors, we took into account their market share, their profitability on cameras, operating income, for example, on individual units, and also the amount of funding they use for marketing in different segments. We just try to not compare ourselves too high in the ranking. We chose to do the companies that were around our neighborhood in the ranking. We didn't try to do too much ambitious forecasting because in the first years we attempted to match higher level competitors and we couldn't reach those levels, the numbers they were doing. So as a result, we tried to just stay in our range and slowly try to climb up the ladder. But however, like I mentioned before, our costs suffered, our cost management suffered, and we weren't able to maintain our net income at a reasonable level. Decision variables that I believe are important for this simulation are the product costs, as I mentioned. We weren't able to control labor costs, and our product costs was relatively controlled, but in some years I felt we could have decreased and made a higher profit on our cameras. Also, our promotions, our warranties, those were a big issue in later years as our warranty costs skyrocketed in some years, kind of taken away from our net income. We had many claims in years 8 and 9, which made our company suffer in those years, and we weren't able to maintain our competitiveness and our increase because we were beginning to pick up and show better performance in those years, but however, due to those costs, we did not perform well at the ending, essentially. A big thing that I took out of the simulation was the importance of establishing goals for individuals and for the team as a whole, and kind of having everybody on the same page as to what their responsibilities are and where individuals can contribute. Communication is a highly, highly important aspect to this. We were only meeting for once in every week, and it wasn't always our members. It wasn't always our whole group. So taking into account of that, and also the different opinions everybody shared, and we weren't able to communicate our opinions in a very, as far as I observed it, in a very informative manner. No one was able to back up their statements and their assumptions on what the company should pursue as far as cost and increasing our market share. So, in all, I believe the simulation is it requires individuals to reach out to different aspects of business, as this brings together all the different branches of businesses as far as marketing, accounting, and finance is concerned, because everybody has different opinions and different biases. An accounting professional will tell you something completely different and opposite or even skewed as opposed to a marketing professional. This has a big impact on the performance of the company as an entity as a whole. So I believe this simulation was helpful in introducing us to that. It helped us understand how everything is kind of put together to form a very large picture. And I believe just it was helpful in allowing us to practice this presentation of ideas in order to better the group as a whole and the business entity as a whole. So that's all I have to offer to you. I hope this was helpful to you, and the best of luck to everybody.